I'm having with me here my very good student, Mr. Maninder, the legend himself. Maninder have joined our service not so long ago, and within very short time, he has landed a very good professional job. So before we start, Maninder, for those who don't know about you, can you just quickly tell them who you are, what have you studied, and where do you live?
Hi guys, my name is Maninder. So I have studied and done my master's from University of Wollongong. And then after that, I moved to Perth. Within 3 months, I was like struggling because when you get through the degrees, you get anxious that you have to land up in some job. So at that time, I received a golden message, I would say, from Leo that if you're looking for a job, I'm there to help you. and I immediately responded to that golden message, because it's like when you're struggling with something, depressed about some situations, that time you even feel that if someone is going to give you a finger, you're going to like hold it so tight that you don't want to leave anything, and you do the things never to leave stones unturned. So on that day I met him. He came to Perth, we met, and from there my journey started with the Leo.
Beautiful.
That's it.
So let's just walk us back a little bit, Maninder. So when did you start to realize that it was not easy to find a mechanical engineer job? When did that hit you? It's actually hard to get a job.
Well, honestly telling you, the thing was that I won't say that it was very much harder to just get into through because of you, because you made it look like easy. But before, when I stepped into it, I felt like, because I was getting rejections every day, every moment. I was applying for almost 100 jobs, like each day, almost 30 jobs, 35 jobs, writing anything, whatever I felt I must do. Even in a resume, I didn't know what I'm supposed to put in, like putting up my all jobs as well. So got rejections each and every day. And even though if I was ringing someone, I didn't get a good response because I didn't know what to say and what questions I must put forth. So at that time, this was the situation of mine. I couldn't do well, and it was itself, because you know what, when there are a few things that you need to know when you start your journey of looking for a job hunt. First is that you must know what you have to speak, right? If the person on the other hand you don't know how to speak, what to speak, then it's itself a very difficult task to do, right? The second thing is, I had something in my mind that I'm lacking in experience, because I didn't have the experience. So I felt like, oh man, how the other guy is going to respond when he's going to ask me the questions on what's your experience and what do you know about this industry or something. And the third thing I felt was like, I didn't know the path, what I have to do. Like I couldn't select the companies. I didn't know like what could be the position. And the fourth thing, why it was difficult, because people around me, they used to tell me, oh, it's too hard, you need a reference, you need this, you need that, you need blah and blah blah stuff. So so there are many factors that have put me in that state that I felt that mechanical engineering job is not easy to get.
How does that make you feel, Maninder? Do you ever felt a bit upset? Do you ever felt disappointed when you keep hearing no's? Do you felt
of course it's not like I got no from just in the emails. It's like sometimes when I felt like I must ring, because few people, few friends, and when I watched your testimonials, I felt like I must see the way he has done. So from that day I started calling. But you know what, even when I started calling, I didn't know what to say, and they used to hang up my call or say, hey, we don't have any vacancy at the moment, can you just put, if someone would have the vacancy, they would say, hey, put through the CV, we are not interested, I'm not having time, blah and blah and blah and blah and stuff. I didn't know how to catch hold of them so that I could speak for 2 minutes and let them know what I want and what they are looking at and what I'm supposed to tell them. That was the problem at the time.
Yeah. Very good, man. Thanks for being so honest with us. And obviously, after you join us, Maninder, things have changed so much for you, right? And I guess there's so much things that you have learned. But if we can just summarize them into top 3 things that you can share with these guys here, what are the top 3 things you have learned from the program that really helps you?
First of all, the first thing I would say, because the very important thing about a person when we are looking for something and we have some hopes for us with ourselves, it's important that you must have confidence. That's what I got from Leo. Second thing is, if you have enough confidence, 50% of your work is done. Second is, follow the path, follow the ways, what Leo is telling you. He's telling you to call, just call. And the third thing is, trust yourself. Yeah.
Very good. Now let's talk about the first one, the confidence one. Obviously, confidence doesn't come easily, because when you got faced with rejection too many times, you don't feel confident anymore. How do you think I instill more confidence in you? How do you think I make you feel more confident that, man, you can do this?
Yes, that was the best part, I would say. Honestly, now at this moment, if you'll tell me to ring anyone on behalf of anyone, I'll do it straight away. And I know what to say. I know what to ask, right? So how Leo helped me was, I remember the day when you rang me and told me, hey, I will be on the call, just ring the person. I was like, oh, very much reluctant about it. Oh man, what the other person is gonna say and what Leo is telling me to do. I was like, okay, I'll try. I tried and I tried. And you said, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What you said? How are you? I said, man, he's just pushing me so harder. What can I do now? And from that instance, when you point out the mistakes that I made, why I wasn't getting a positive response, then I felt, yeah, these are the mistakes. That raised my confidence, because immediately you told me to just make another call with these by rectifying my mistakes, and I made a call and it turned out positive. So yeah,
Wow.
it's
Obviously. Very good, very
much
good.
of a
So
blend of
I'm
many
not sure you guys
things.
understand what he had just mentioned. He was talking about the cold call, which is one of the things that
Cold call.
in our program we're going to teach you. How important is cold call, Maninder? Do you think that's such a beautiful technique that everyone here should learn? Cold calling employees.
So cold call is very much important, because many a times we don't see any of the advertisements on Seek, LinkedIn. Even what I got was a cold call, because they didn't advertise anyway. Okay, so I just made a cold call and they said, yeah, come for an appointment. Yeah, so cold call is equally important.
And do you think that's something that they need to learn, or do you think this is something that this guy can just pick up the phone and say some random stuff on the phone, or they need to learn this skill?
Well, this is very important. Again, I'll tell you, you must know what to speak. So for that, you need to learn the skill. Many people have the confidence, yeah, might be they'll pick up the call and straight away just say like, hi, do you have any vacancy? But you have to just make other person feel that you're keen about it, right? About the role. Just saying you have a vacancy, he says no, you'll hang up the call. No. So this is a skill that Leo is going to help you with. Then you have to get this skill. Possess this skill, you know how to speak, what to speak. So yeah, skill is very much important. They can't do it themselves.
Exactly. So you guys understand what we try to say here? So one of the skills that you got to learn in our program is we'll teach you how to call the employers, which is a very effective techniques. And this is the technique that has helped many of our students land job within 1 week, 2 weeks. But so walk us through a little bit. How do you get this role? And is it an advertised job? So is it not advertised? Can you just walk them through step by steps?
Well, I remember the first 3 calls I made, they said no, 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 and no. And one told me, hey man, are you looking for a job or are you looking for some sales things? Don't call me, I'm busy. This is the end of financial year. I was like, okay, no worries, no worries. And then on the same day, after a break of 1 hour, I gave a call to this company. There was a receptionist. She picked up my call. And after an hour, I got a call from the manager, general manager, construction manager. And he was like, hey, are you looking for a job? I was like, yeah, I rang just a few minutes ago and I was expecting a call from you. So yeah, I need a job. He was like, are you busy? I was like, no, I'm not. And are you available? I was like, yes, I'm available since March. So he's like, come to my office. You look interesting. I went to his office straight away, and you believe me, I was expecting he's gonna ask me some technical questions, but I didn't make him to go through that way, right? I took him to other things, like speaking something about the Perth, telling him the stories about Sydney, and we lasted for 1.5 hours. We spoke to each other, and he was like, yeah, you have an opportunity in here, and I believe, but just give me some time. So after that, what happened? I kept on calling him every second day. In the first 2 weeks, I didn't got a good call, but he was there for me with a positive response. Hey, Max, there's an opportunity for you. So just give me some time. Just lend me some time. Then I remember, I think day before yesterday, on 11th of July. Yeah, on 11th of July, I got a call from him that, hey, Max, are you interested still in the role? I was like, yeah. Did you join any company? I was like, yeah, I've joined the company, but it's not that company that I was looking for. So he was like, yeah, I have an opportunity just come across. We have something to do, like the formalities. And once we are done, then you will be on board. Like, great, man. That's great.
Wow.
But he asked me the question. He asked me the question, hey, how come you got to know that I'm looking for a person? I was like, yeah, I got a dream last night. It's like, no, but I like the approach that you rang straight away and spoke to me. I was like, yeah, thank you so much.
One thing that needs to be mentioned again here is that the job is not advertised, isn't it, Maninder?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
It wasn't advertised, and
If
that is
it would
where.
have been advertised, I don't believe I would have got the job, because the very first instance they look for some peculiar things. Because as in now, if they are paying so much money to any of the advertising agency, so there's a possibility they're gonna look for some things what they're keen about, right? Some experience,
Mm,
visa conditions, and many other
mm.
things. But still, even if the job is advertised, I believe calling is very much important. That's what you have taught us. That calling is very much important. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And the last thing, Maninder, is not just cold call. I want to teach you how to follow up. And the
Yeah,
fact you
follow up
got
is
this
most
job was
important.
because you're not giving up in following up. Tell them how important
Yes.
is stay on the game, stick with the employer, and continue to follow up. How important?
Yes, it is very much important, because you have to stay patient about it. Because I don't know, many other people don't stay patient. Yeah, it happens. It happens. You feel like, oh, I'm gonna call them second time. We don't know how they're gonna revert on that. Okay. And sometimes when they are not in a good mood and you ring them, you don't know how they're gonna reciprocate on that, right?
Mm,
So I believe following up still. If today he said, no, I'll look for it. No, just call him again. Just call the person again. I'll tell you my story. I was calling one of the engineering companies, and I rang that person even in the morning, even in the evening, again next day, again in the evening, again next day, again in the evening. And then he stopped picking up my calls. You remember Jason? Jason stopped picking up my
listen, yeah.
calls. Yeah. And last week I got his email. Hey, Max, are you still looking for a role in my company? I was like, yes, I'm looking. He's like, come across. I'll be here in the company from 17th of July. So I'll see you in the morning. And I'm happy. I'll go and I'll give my interview. So yeah, it's all good.
Beautiful. So you guys understand what we try to say here, right? So for Maninder, he's not just having one opportunity. He took on one, but he have other opportunities too. He have few other offers lining up for him if he continue with the follow up. But again, he will have his hand is full. He have a lot of things in his control now. But that is because he know how to call, he know how to follow up, he know how to negotiate. But before this program, do you think right now you feel more control over your destiny, Maninder? Like whatever happens, you know you can always get a job. Do you have that sense of confidence?
One thing I for sure know, that I can text anyone, I can ring anyone, I can put up my words in any way, the way I want to do it. It's not
Mm.
the other person who's gonna like push me or tell me what I'm gonna speak. It's me who's gonna take control of the conversation in between us. So yeah, this is what I got from this course.
Beautiful. Last question, guys. Maninder, is for those who are watching this, they might confuse that they think you have a lot of local experience and they think that you're
Okay,
the
so on
permanent
student
resident.
visa, yeah. Honestly, it doesn't matter what visa you are on. Honestly, they don't even ask you for your visa. They don't want to know about your visa. They just want you to be the person they are looking for. That's it. You have to turn out an asset for their company. You have to convince them, and that's it. You know what? When I went for the interview, what I told him, I was like, "Hey, just give me a chance. That's it." And he was like, "Okay, okay, okay, okay." That's it. Visa doesn't matter now.
Visa doesn't matter. If you apply the way we
Doesn't
teach
matter.
you, visa doesn't matter.
Visa
But if
doesn't
you
matter.
apply the way that you guys always apply, that's when the visa matters, because they're gonna ask for citizenship, permanent residence. They're gonna ask for 4 or 5
Yeah,
years of local
sister.
experience. You also don't have many local experience, right? What were you doing
No.
before this job?
I was a truck driver. I was a truck driver as a 𝗲𝗏𝗍𝗍. I did heaps of things. Honestly telling you, Zain, I didn't have any experience. I didn't have any experience. Not even in my country, not even here. Honestly telling you, I didn't have any experience. But you will tell you how to put your things into an experience, and that will be the professional resume for you, which you'll put forth. And one more thing, resume can't decide your caliber. So don't think like the way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How does that make you feel now, Manida, that you can tell your family, your loved ones that you are an engineer? How does that make you feel?
When it comes to telling to my family, so it's, yeah, I'm proud of it. But now when I come to the site, and when I step into my office, I recall my time when I was working as a labor in Wagga
Wow.
Wagga hospital. So, and that time I used to see the engineers. I used to feel one day when I will be there, I'll be wearing that hat. I will have that aura. I'll be coming and visiting, and these all people will stand up, say yes, 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 yes. but now I feel the same. And when I have entered into engineering industry, it's good, man. No workload on you, nothing. It's like, yeah, things
Wow.
are gonna go in a very smooth way. Like working because I have been working for so long doing truck driving. Now I feel like it's so a comfortable job that I sit in an AC room doing my job. No one is telling me anything, watching my videos, doing other things. Yeah, easy time.
That is awesome, man. And what package do you purchase with us? Last question from our job coaching program. Which package do you go with us?
Well, I applied for the diamond. Why? Because I wanted to land up in a job, so I opted diamond. A
How
person
much
who
do
is
you pay
not
for it?
confident, and I paid 5,500 plus taxes, so it made it around like 5,900 something.
Do you think it's worth it? Do you think I'll
Yeah,
every dollar?
absolutely, it's worth it. Absolutely. Rather than going for the professional courses, like what do we say that we do for five, sorry, for
EY,
5 minutes?
professional
Yeah,
year.
PY, exactly. Yeah, professional. I didn't do it. That's why I don't know. So like paying $15,000 or $20,000 for PY is not worth. Even believe me, if I would have got you before, and if I would have got to know about you before, I wouldn't have done my master's either. I would have stepped because I had
Wow.
my bachelor's. I would have stepped directly into the job and would have reached some certain height rather than staying in a university and doing my master's. Of no use.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this program to everyone sitting here? And if yes, like why do you think they should invest in our job coaching program?
Well, I believe to be a person with the confidence, I didn't think so that 6,000 is a very big thing. I'll tell you story of one of my friend. He was also with Leo Ujwal. When I rang him, I convinced him, I told him, hey, brother. And he straight away told me, hey, man, if I'll get a job, why would I care about $6,000? And he got a job. And he got a job and he's happy. And he was so much thankful to Leo, to me even. Hey man, you introduced me to Leo. Now I can chase anything. I can chase. And he was working as a baker. Then he started working in a Woolworths. You know him, right? Ujwal.
What's it?
Now he is a design engineer at the moment. He joined the company. He's a design engineer. And believe me, that guy, lack of communication, honestly. Confidence, low, honestly. But Leo convinced him to do so. I convinced him to do so. So he did it. Yeah. So I believe for getting a confidence is the most important thing, and that's what you're paying for. And the second thing, what you have to say and speak, that's what you're paying for. And nothing is going to go waste. You are going to learn after the course and will come up with flying colors. And only you will realize when you will get 2 or 3 offers in your hands.
Thank you so much, Maninder. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the kind words.